Hey, welcome to the Grow with Joe podcast, and I'm your coach, Joe. Today, we're talking about killing the squirrel. Now, no, I'm not telling you to run into the woods and go find some squirrels and shoot them, so don't get mad. I'm talking about your attention span. Have you noticed that squirrels have a very short attention span? In fact, they say that squirrels can only concentrate for a second, and that's why they're always going... always from here to there to here to there to here to there. And that's usually what you see, especially at the beginning of the year, from every person that's looking forward, going from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. And I've seen this over and over again in all of my time of coaching. I've seen people who jump from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. They get taken by every shiny thing. You might have heard about the shiny object syndrome. You know, a few years ago when I was confused and I wasn't sure of what I should be doing, that was me. I saw some kind of course or some kind of coaching material or some kind of business material, and I kept thinking I need to go from here to there, to there, to there, or this might be the one, or that might be the one, or this might be better, or that might be better. And just like a squirrel with my little attention span. And I've seen people do this time and time and time again. Now, when you speak to these people, they will tell you, I'm busy, I'm so busy. But they're busy doing all kinds of things, but not producing anything. They are busy, but not productive. Their time is taken and they're consuming time doing all this kind of stuff. But at the end of a year, at the end of half a year, they have nothing to show for it. This year, it is going to require you to master the art of focus. Focus is the enemy of short attention spans, right? Complete opposites. These are enemies. But here is the problem. The whole world is coming after your attention span. People pay for your attention. In fact, social media, there are people who are paying for ads. They are paying for your attention. If you have seen Social Dilemma, the documentary on how social media works and what they do behind the scenes, you will see what I am saying. It is all about your attention. The more and more people have started to use cell phones and use social media, the worse our attention span has gotten. Autoplay, things like TikTok, Vines, Snapchat, everything happening so quick. 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, 10 seconds here. Our minds are being ruined when it comes to focus and perseverance and patience and having the ability to walk through something that's going to take a bit of time. And this is going to be important for you, my friend, to practice focus. See, some of you already losing focus thinking about all these other things while I'm talking to you. Hey, focus. You're going to have to master this. You're going to have to kill the squirrel. Now, this is actually a really hard thing to do. It is really hard because there are people, I have seen this time and time again, even people that I am coaching right now, who keep, like a squirrel, going from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing, and they keep thinking they need something else. You're going to have to learn how to zone in, how to hone in your focus. So how do you do that? Practice. Just like everything else in life, you are going to have to practice. You have to do the reps. Muscle is not grown just from one rep or two reps. It takes hundreds of reps with intention to form muscle. Just like that, focus takes time. See, the Bible tells us to meditate. A lot of people don't meditate. In fact, I'll go so far to say that most Christians or most Jesus-believing people actually do not meditate. They think meditation is for the people that want to do yoga. They think it's for the Eastern mysticism and all that kind of stuff. But the Bible clearly tells you to meditate. In fact, it tells you if you meditate on this law, this word of God, that you will have good success. Your way will be prosperous. Meditation is a great tool to have. But meditation requires focus. You see, most people who have trouble hearing from God, it is because they actually have trouble focusing. They can't stay on a subject long enough to sit through and then allow, in the stillness, allow the Lord to speak to them, allow themselves to hear Him in between with all the noises coming. To just focus in takes time to practice. It is a skill. It is something that you're going to have to put time towards this year. So let me ask you a question. Are you a squirrel? Think about it. How much have you been scrolling? Is that how you found my video? You're just scrolling like a squirrel from one thing to another to another to another. You know, last year and the year before, what do you have to show for it? What have you produced? Has anything come from it? Or looking back, can you now see that every month you jump from this to another, to another, to another, to another, and never practice mastering your focus? When you can't master focus, it affects everything in your life. Your body, you can't stick to a nutrition plan, you can't stick to an exercise plan, you can't stick to a sleeping routine, you can't stick to anything if you don't have focus. It affects your relationship because you can't stay present in the moment with your wife or your husband or your children. It affects all aspects of your life. It affects your finances because you won't be able to stick through things in your business, in whatever avenues, investments, whatever you're looking at. If you don't have focus, you won't have staying power. You won't stick through it. It affects your purpose. You won't be able to stay engaged because you don't have the focus that it takes to stay engaged when it comes to your purpose. It affects every area of your life. So my friend, this is the time where I need you to start to spend intentional time building up your focus muscle. Your focus muscle. And you can do that just by practicing meditation. You can do that just by practicing staying on a subject for a certain amount of time. So get a timer and practice. Yes, how do you get better? Do 1 second more than last time. 5 seconds more than last time. And that's how you develop. And if you are able to do this consistently over 21 days, which is what it takes to start a new habit or break an old habit. But then if you're able to do that for 3 cycles, which means 63 days, then you will see a new habit form. You will see a new level of breakthrough, especially when it comes to your focus. So it's time to kill that squirrel. I hope you've been liking these episodes. Remember to share these around and also comment. Let me know what you're thinking and let me know what you think when it comes to the squirrel in your life. I'll see you on the next one.